Hi everyone, Arlene here. Welcome back to my Country Craft Corner. How in the world are you guys doing today? It is so good to see you again, and thank you so much for stopping back by here on this fine Sunday afternoon. Yes, it is Sunday. And I'm going to go ahead and do a decorate with me and funky bow tutorial lantern topper video today. For two reasons. One reason is Chris and I are heading to Candace and Dustin's house to babysit for Maverick tomorrow. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yes. Candace has to work and Dustin has to work, and the daycare is shutting down for the day to do training with their employees. So Candace and Dustin have asked if we can come and babysit, and of course we jumped at the chance. So we will be going up there to babysit tomorrow for Maverick, but I wanted to, but the second reason I'm going ahead and do this today, and I don't know whether I'll get it up this evening. I'm going to try to get this up this evening, but if I don't, it'll be up on Monday. You'll be seeing this on Monday. But the other reason I wanted to go ahead and bring this to you today is I'm going to be utilizing some D. Stevens ribbon from perpetualribbons.com. Bobbi at perpetualribbons.com got in touch with me, and she asked me if I wouldn't mind making something with a couple of the velvet D. Stevens ribbon that she has a lot of. And she wanted me to let you all know that she has a lot of this, and that it's not necessarily moving too quickly. And she thought that maybe if I showed you a couple of ways that you could utilize this ribbon, that it might help you to formulate a plan and maybe in turn purchase some ribbon. I am not pushing the ribbon. Of course, I will tout it from now till Christmas, I'm telling you, because it is gorgeous ribbon. You cannot go wrong with D. Stevens ribbon. And Bobbi is offering them for a great price. They are a chunk of change. I will warn you, they are a chunk of change, but well worth the cost if you're willing to go ahead and bite the bullet, you know. And sometimes I do say, sometimes it's better to go ahead and get a better quality product. It's going to last you for a lot longer than if you would, most things anyway. Some things, of course, you can get and they're going to last you forever. So anyway, I'm going to get back to this beautiful cobalt blue ribbon in just a second, because that's what we're going to be working with today. But I wanted to show you the other ribbon that she has available and that I've already made something up with a couple of years ago now. This will be the third year that I'll bring this out. I need to reach for it here, so I'll be right back. I made this arrangement probably about 3 years ago now. And let me see if I can get it turned. Chris literally just carried this up the steps for me. I put it away like this because it would be just too much to take apart and put back together every year. So as you can see, I used a tin, a white and oblong kind of tin that's metal. And then I used flocked pine and blue poinsettias. This sits right by my blue and white Christmas tree. And then last year I found that blue Santa. Couldn't resist him. I used to have snowmen in here, but I couldn't resist this Santa, and I added the blue poinsettias last year. And then this is the ribbon that Bobbi also has available. That is a dusty blue D. Stevens ribbon. It is velvet. It is stunning, absolutely stunning. Let me see if I can show you the back of one of the, let me show you the back of it. I'm gonna just tilt up one of the tails, and there's the back of it. But this is stunning ribbon, this dusty blue. And I think blue is still in for Christmas. You know, this year I've seen blue popping out in the stores for Christmas. And I just, Bobbi thought, as I said, Bobbi thought that it might be helpful for me to show you what I have done and what I am going to do with the D. Stevens ribbon, or with any ribbon. You wouldn't even have to make a bow out of this. You could just, take it and loop it through this arrangement or in the back of it, just so it's shining through and popping through here and there. So it would be super pretty. What is, oh, that's his little, so what is that red sticking out? It's a little gift that he has in his bag there. It's like, what is that? Anyway, I just thought I would show you this. It is super pretty. Well, I'm not saying because I made it, but it did turn out to be pretty. So I'm going to put it over here so you can look more at it when I turn my camera. And while I'm making this other thing that I'm fixing to make with this cobalt blue ribbon. So let me Get this back over here. Glitter, glitter. It's the time for the glitter, right? Turn this back this way, sorry. Okay, so the other ribbon that Bobbi has a lot of and is available is this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous cobalt blue ribbon, you guys, with a gold backing. I cut some of this up for a bow that we're fixing to make, and it's got a gold backing to it. Look at that. Look how beautiful this is. It is thick, and it is, talk about a jewel tone. Look how vibrant that blue is. It is just stunning, you guys, just stunning. So I decided, instead of just showing you the ribbon, that I would make myself up a little project. So that is what we're gonna do. I'm going to make a 9-loop funky bow, and we're gonna make it into a lantern swag, or topper, if you will. Really, I'm gonna make a swag. So let me kind of get my camera turned here, and I have my glue gun out just in case I need it. I wanna tell you about what we did with a lantern, and we're gonna get started on this little project. This is all I'm gonna be doing in this video. I do have questions to answer, and I do actually have a haul of Bobbi's ribbon that I will share with you on Wednesday. I don't want these 2 ribbons to get lost in the shuffle of all the other ribbons, and I need some content. So I'm gonna wait till Wednesday to do like maybe a funky bow extravaganza or a bow extravaganza, and make a funky bow, and make a round bow and make a tiered bow, something like that, on Wednesday's video. And I may answer a couple of questions. And then by the time Friday gets here, I'm not sure what I'll have for you, but hopefully I will have at least a small video just to say, hey, have a good time in the next, couple of weeks. I'll be back, and then we will be getting started with Christmas. I need a vacation to get ready to gear up for my Christmas decor, because everything gets gets changed out for Christmas, y'all. Before I turn the camera, thank you so very much for all of your sweet comments. I have tried to engage with you guys a little bit and answer a couple of questions within the comments. But then I actually fell asleep the other night trying to answer folks back and whatnot. So I've been hearting ever since then, just giving hearts. And when you see my heart show up, I've read it and taken it to my heart. Thank you guys so much. I'm talking about on my 2021 indoor fall home tour. Thank you so much for all of those sweet comments. You guys mean so much to me, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch that. I know it's a long one, and to leave me such wonderful comments. Thank you so much, you guys. All right, let's get started on this. I'm excited to do this. I think this is going to turn out pretty, so let's get started. And I got to figure out how to turn my camera, so I'll be right back when I get it turned and into place, okay? All right. Okay, everybody, I'm back, and I look like I have a lot of stuff sitting here, and I kind of do, but I just wanted to talk to you first about the lantern I'm going to be using. As you saw, this ribbon that I'm going to be using is this cobalt, beautiful cobalt blue, but it has a gold backing on it. Well, I only had one gold lantern in the whole house, and it was a very small lantern, and it was smaller than I knew I would want to use. I have no, really and truly, you guys, I think I'm making this for my powder room, but I'm not positive where this is going to sit for Christmas. So, I want to make it because it's going to be really pretty, but I wanted to make it on a larger scale lantern. So, we couldn't find anything that we even wanted to paint. So we went to Walmart, and Chris went to Walmart. It was here when I got up out of bed this morning. This was already here because we've been talking about it last night. I said, I wish that I could take one of my lanterns and just paint it gold. Well, he went to Walmart, and he actually found this lantern. This lantern did cost $24.99, something like that. It did have glass in it. I had him take the glass out of it because I'm actually going to put some pine below, around a candle. So, but anyway, he painted it gold, and he just spray painted it it had a galvanized steel top, and it had a galvanized steel bottom. And then this was just like a light wood. And the hardware was kind of a rustic looking, maybe old rub bronze kind of look. And it was a pretty lantern. I would have used it in other aspects, but it wasn't going to go with this. And this was the biggest and this is the best way I could find, best way and most cost effective, to be honest with you, way. I could have ordered a lantern from Amazon for $55 and gotten the same result as this. Well, I wasn't willing to spend that much money because the ribbon itself is super expensive. So even to spend $25, that was Chris's due, and he was sweet to do it. I probably would have used a smaller lantern that I already had. But he was like, no, you need a bigger one because your bow is big and whatnot. So anyway, he spray painted this gold, it gold. If I can find a link for you for the paint and for the original lantern, I will be sure to leave it in the description. But I just wanted to let you know that we've kind of reconfigured this lantern from something else we got at Walmart. And I love it. I love how it worked out. It is gold, as you can see. So it's going to look super pretty with the gold. And you can see I have some gold accents that I'm going to be using in a spray here. While I'm at it here, let me say what I am going to be using. Here is this D. Stevens ribbon, and here is the number. You can take a screenshot for it. There. And you can find this on perpetualribbons.com's website. It is absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. She doesn't have how much it costs here, but it is probably $40, $35 or $40 for that roll. And this is a 10-yard roll, I think. Yes, 10 yards. So I'm also using a piece of this gold sheer gold ribbon just to tie it around the lantern. Also, oops, let me let you know, you can see that the top of this lantern is kind of small and doesn't give me a lot of room to tie a bow on. So Chris solved that problem by taking a pencil and painting it gold and then just sticking the pencil through the holes there, as you can see. And I will snug the bow, the ribbon, that gold ribbon underneath and tie a bow, and you'll never know that's there. So we needed something to hold it in place. So we've been working on this for the morning hours. And so let me get started here. The first thing I want to do is to make a 9-loop funky bow, and with 2 tails, and then I will tie the gold piece on so that I'll tie it onto this. Then I'm going to make a spray, and I did buy some really different looking pine instead of your normal pine with acorns. I thought I would use a little something different, a little wispier pine kind of look. And as I said, I'm going to get a candle in the bottom, and we'll do something with that along with these gold accents. Okay, which are these. And I have some berry beads. And then I've got some glittery gold. All right, so let me get my camera reconfigured again, and we're going to make this bow, and then we're going to put together the spray. Okay, I have a couple of pipe cleaners here because I might put a loop in the middle of this bow. I'm not sure. If I do, I'm going to need another pipe cleaner. But I have a black pipe cleaner. I don't have a cobalt blue or a gold one. So we're going to use black. You won't be able to see it. So I have right here, I have 9 strips of this beautiful D. Stevens cobalt blue ribbon with a gold backing. 9 strips cut at 22 inches long. And I'm making this ribbon this bow out of all of the same ribbon because I don't want to mix this with any ribbon. It's too pretty in my mind to be mixing and matching with a plaid or even a plain or this or that. I want this to speak for itself. First thing I'm going to do is pick the first piece up, 22 inches long. I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to smoosh it down. I don't want it to be looped right at this point. And I'm going to measure out 6 inches. And I'm going to pinch it together at that point. I'm going to fix it to set myself up a pattern the way I add this ribbon in to the bow. And I'm going to go to that tail, and I'm going to twist it around to the front. And I really don't do that for any reason other than to get the ribbon going in the right direction at first. So every time I add a loop to the mix here, remember I have 9 loops for the 9-loop funky bow, go to 6 inches. I'm going to turn the loop portion up or down, in this case, from center. Center being my thumb. Picture my thumb as the center of the bow. I'll go back here, I'm going to twist. Okay, so there's our first two ribbons in our 9 loop funky bow. Here we go with the third, flatten it out, go to 6 inches, turn that loop up from center. Now, right now I'm holding it with my forefinger and my thumb, but really soon here I'm going to let it slip down into the crook of my hand like that. And that's okay to do that. Let it slip down there because you won't be able to hold it with just those 2 fingers. Okay, and twist. And then your next one. 6 inches up, down from center. I'm just letting it fall back. And I'm going to that back tail and twisting. Also, each time that I pick up another piece of ribbon, I'm letting go. I'm letting up on those fingers because my hand's starting to cramp right in here. So if I let up just a little bit, it helps with that cramping. You don't have to hold it so tight all the way through. This is nice, sturdy ribbon. It's going to hold its shape, you guys. Okay, so here we go with our next loop. 6 inches, point it up from center. I hold this one up with my pinky, by the way. Pull that and twist. And next one, 6 inches down from center. Pinch it together right at that point. Twist. 3 more. Up. Down. And this is such thick ribbon, I'm having to really push it into my crook of my hand. I'm a big lady, but I don't have very big hands. And I am not struggling, I wouldn't say, but it's taking up my whole hand to hold on to this ribbon. 6. And up from center, okay? Now, and I want to twist that back tail. And, oops, there we go. Okay, now I have a couple more pieces of ribbon to add here. This is going to be 2 tails. I didn't measure it. It's probably about 30 inches long. I'm just going to fold it in half because I want 2 tails hanging down from this. And I'm just going to add it right to the bottom of the bow, right like that. And this is a piece of that sheer gold ribbon. And this is simply going to be used to tie this bow on the back, onto the lantern. So I want to add this onto the back of the bow, just like that. And that way I can pull the bow really tight up against that lantern. Okay, I'm going to get my pipe cleaner and I'm going to put it beside my thumb, try to find the center beside my thumb, lift my thumb, pull the bottom around the bottom and the top around the top, catching all the loops. Use this hand as resistance and get your fingers up with the hand you've been manipulating the bow, the loops with. Wrap that other hand around if you can and really squeeze tight. And twist, 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 twist. Okay. So there's the bottom of the bow. This goes around the lantern. And this is, here are the tails. And what I want to do is fluff now. Now I'm going to take some time and I'm going to fluff out. And if these tails come up and in with the bow, that's okay. That's absolutely fine and dandy. They can join the party if they want. Now this is just a kind of a cursory fluff here because I really won't do the main fluffing until I get it onto the lantern. Look how gorgeous this this ribbon is. Oh my land of mercy, you guys. It is stunning, just stunning. Wow, look at that. All right, now I'm not really going to do too much, and look how thick it is. See, if I want to add some of the gold into the bow a little bit here and there, or just some of the berries, we'll be able to glue some of those in. But, all right, let me set this aside for a second. Look how, that turned out to be beautiful though, didn't it? Oh my land, it is gorgeous. Whew. All right, I think I want to do something to the bottom of this lantern first of all, before we do anything with the swag. So I just have a, oh, sorry, we're crooked. I just have a candle here that came in a set of battery operated candles that I have linked in my Amazon storefront in the candles gift idea box. So this is kind of a faux Luminara candle. The flame does not move, it's just stationary, but it feels like wax. It is a waxy candle. And I'm just gonna put it down in this little holder. And this is just a candle holder that I got from Hobby Lobby years and years ago. And I just want it to be up a little bit higher within the lantern here. And I'm just going to set this right in the lantern just like that. Now we could leave it like that, but I don't want to leave it like that. I want to add some pine. So what I'm going to do is just really fluff this pine out. And I'm going to kind of make a circle like this. Just bring this back out here. I'm just going to set that in there. And I really just want to add a little bit of pine in. Like I said, I'm going to have to use 2. Just fine. All right, there we go. That's getting there. And I may add, I think I'm going to wait until I get the spray made, and then I'm going to add what I have left over down into the pine a little bit, if necessary, okay? All right, so I have to be honest, as I was manipulating this, I broke the back of my candle holder, which is no big deal, but still, I'm like a brute sometimes. When I have an idea and I want to get things in place, look out. I'm going to make it happen no matter what. And yeah, I broke that, but that's okay. It's like ancient old, and I'll probably stand to be retired anyway. So that looks pretty so far. So let me get a couple more sprigs of this pine over here, and we are going to start making a swag now. All right, so the way I do this is I have my tie wraps here. I have a whole package of tie wraps. And I've got my snippers. By the way, somebody asked me about these snippers. I have a link in the description box of every single video I put up. And it is for these snippers, or they're actually wire cutters, that you can find at Home Depot. And that's where that link will take you to Home Depot, because it was a lot cheaper to give you a link for these at Home Depot than it was on Amazon. So just wanted to let you know. I do have the prices for these things sitting here. Each one of these was $2.99, 40% off. And then each one of these was also $2.99, 40% off. The berry beads were $1.99, 40% off. And then these were $4.99. They're pretty though. They're like a champagne-y gold. And $4.99, 40% off of $4.99. So, all right. The way I make my sprays is very simple, you guys. And I don't think I'm going to need to use but more than 2 of these, if I'm honest, because of the pine below it. I don't need to overwhelm it, and the bow is going to be large and in charge. 2 tufts of the pine, like that. And I could make them longer. Oh, I might as well make it large and in charge, right? While I'm at it. So I'm going to use 2 tufts of this pine going this direction. Just like that. I'm going to take a tie wrap and I'm going to tie it together. Again, I couldn't function without my tie wraps. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and add one to this side too. All right. Okay, so that will give us a really pretty like pine look. And I may curl these down a little bit or curl these around a little bit when I get it onto the lantern. So so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a set of the berries kind of snugged in the back. Kind of right like that. Then I'm going to add a blingier gold leafy tuft. And then I want to put one of these on top of it. I just think these are just stunning. And that's a pretty combination. Backed with the pine. Isn't that pretty? So all I do is I have everything held together in my hand. So I want to take a tie wrap and tie it all together. How easy is this, you guys? Anybody could do this. This is an easy craft for a beginner. Honest and true, it is. Anybody could do this. Okay, so I want to mimic that on this side. So let me get my berries. That kind of in the back. I'm sticking out the end there. And a set of those, or a sprig of those, and then a sprig of these. Kind of laying them on in the same way. Okay. And then yet some more tie wraps. Okay. I'm going to put one up here just for good measure. Okay, now we get my bow here. And I want these, I kind of want one to go around the top and one to go around the bottom. You can see I'm putting one kind of around the top and one around the bottom. And I want the whole bow. I'm going to cut this pipe cleaner in the back here, not down to the quick, but down pretty far so I can separate the two like that. And then I'm going to take yet another tie wrap and I'm going to feed that behind the pipe cleaner. See that? And then I'm going to tie the whole bow onto one of these that I'm going to use to tie on the lantern around the bottom, and this one kind of around the top, so I can pull it tight. Turn the whole thing over, and I'm going to tie this bow onto the whole stem. Okay. Now we've got our whole swag. Now, you would not have to put this on a lantern. You could make this a centerpiece, of course, without the tails. But why couldn't you just use that as a centerpiece, y'all? You know, and fix it with all the pretty gold and make it a centerpiece. Or you could put it, hang it above a picture. Or you could curl it around the corner like I do with some of my things, around the corner of a picture. The sky's the limit. This is just your basic swag, y'all. But I want to put it on this pretty gold lantern. And let me see if I can do this pretty easily here. I'm taking this piece of gold ribbon, and I am putting it underneath that dowel. I don't know whether you can see that or not. But I am snugging it underneath the dowel and moving the lantern up, or the swag up underneath the dowel, or this piece of ribbon underneath the dowel. Okay. Then I want to come back here. Tie it on just like that. See that? I'm going to tie it underneath that piece of dowel right there, just in a little bow. I'm tying it as tight as I absolutely can. Okay. Now, yes, you can see the dowel, but when we fluff out the bow, that will disappear. See that? Okay. And nobody's going to see the back anyway. Usually like to go right to the edge. Okay. Now, let me see. And don't be afraid to manipulate and make things go where you want them to go. Getting quiet on y'all. I'm concentrating, sorry. I don't know about these tails. I think I might like it. Maybe I'll put the tails on this side. I thought about putting something in with this bow, but I'm not. I thought about, you know, cutting a couple of sprigs of this. Well, maybe I could. Let me see. Well, look at that. That kind of looks pretty, doesn't it? Excuse me, I changed my mind. Got my glue gun right here. You may put more down here. Let me get those glued in though. Let it sit a minute. Oh boy, that's pretty. I'll put a little glue on the bottom of that stem. I only have one left. Okay, I'm gonna let it sit there for a little bit and dry, and then I will do the final tweaking to it. And I'm going to do these tails. Decided to do them on this side. And like I always do just a angle. Just a little shorter. Now, let me see here. I do have some of the blingy leaves left that I can maybe put down in the bottom, just a little bit here and there. Not a lot of things go to waste, you guys, here. I do utilize, when I, you know, I'm pretty good at buying what I need and not having a ton left over. I'll put a couple pieces back toward the back, but I'm not going to see it. back there, honestly. But just to add just a little bling to the back, we can do that. All right. All right, the only thing I have left over are 2 things of beads, and that's it. And then I feel pretty good about that. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry, as I said, a little bit, and then I'm gonna tweak it and tweak that bow. I love it. It turned out to be super duper pretty, y'all. All right. Oh boy, I tell you, I love it when a plan comes together, you guys. And it, you know, from not having a gold lantern to Chris going out to Walmart and grabbing up a pretty generic looking lantern and painting it gold, and then adding this beautiful D. Stevens cobalt blue ribbon with gold on it, and adding gold accents, and you know, with the dark green pine as a backdrop. I really love it. I think it looks super pretty. So, oh my goodness, you guys. All right, I am happy with how that turned out. Sometimes I worry, you know, that my vision won't come to fruition. Usually it does, but you know, there are times when, you know, I kind of, and definitely have sat back and went, what were you thinking, Arlene? What were you thinking? Why did you ever think that would turn out to be pretty? But not in this case. This case, I'm very happy with this, and I'm super happy with how it worked out. So yay. I hope that, you know, I helped you guys see how, if you would be thinking at all about getting some D. Stevens velvet ribbon, that these 2 ribbons, the dusty blue and the cobalt blue ribbon, are available at perpetualribbons.com. Trust me, I'm not trying to sell anything at all. I'm just trying to help Bobbi out, my friend Bobbi, who, you know, I pretty exclusively purchase from her if she doesn't give it to me first. I have to beat her to the pulp sometimes. And as I said, I do have some more ribbon from Bobbi that I will show you I'll haul on Wednesday and make a few bows to show you. One in particular, she wanted me to make a funky bow out of 3 of the ribbons she sent me. So I'll be glad to do that for her and show you the rest of it. So, and maybe do a couple more bows, you know, so that you guys can have a couple of bow tutorials all in one video. And then I'm saving all my questions until Friday's video. So I will answer all my questions in Friday's video and do whatever else needs to be kind of picked up and cleaned up around my channel before I say goodbye to you for just about 10 days to 2 weeks, you know, as we're going to be coming and going and vacationing a little bit for my 60th birthday. So thank you to my hubby for gifting me that trip. Oh my goodness. All right. So with all that said, thank you all for stopping in here today. And I hope you have a great rest of the weekend if I get this up on Sunday night. So let me go into my final words and say, for those of you who might be struggling or suffering with a catastrophic illness or chronic pain, I hope that you have someone there with you, taking care of you, helping you get through each day, making the very, very best out of each day. I hope there's nothing weighing on your minds or your hearts, pulling your attention away from where you want it to be or from where it should be. I love y'all to bits, to bits, to bits. Hugs all around, and I keep you in my thoughts and my prayers every single day. And with all that said, I'll just say, until next time, y'all take good care. I might have some mischief with Maverick, Candace and Dustin. Dog sat Dustin's sister's sweet little London dog, cute little dog. And Mav had a great time with her. So I may have a couple of pictures to share with you there. So stick around for that here in just a minute. But for now, I'll just say, y'all take good care. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, please. If you would, consider subscribing, I would sure appreciate it. It's free. Doesn't cost a penny. Just a click of the button and a click of the bell so you never miss an upload. Share and like, and I would appreciate it. All right, you guys. Catch y'all Wednesday. Love yous. Bye-bye.